Here we have a Varmilo keyboard that came in for repair. We usually do not take keyboards in because it's economically not viable for us to work on them. But the customer brought in a MacBook Pro, a 2017 A1707 MacBook Pro for repair, and he wanted to fix this keyboard also. I told him I'll take it in. The keyboard looks something like this. And the problem with the keyboard is the broken mini USB connector. Let me show you what I mean. And look at this. The connector is totally broken off, and we can tell that somebody attempted to resolder that connector. We can tell by the way solder looks and the flux. And we also have ripped anchor pads. So if we solder the connector like this, we're going to be able to solder the front 2 anchor points and the front pins, but that connector will remain fragile from the very edge here because we cannot solder those pins anywhere on the board. The pads or the anchor pads are broken off. What can we do to fix this? Let me grab a new mini USB connector, and it's the same connector that we use for audio dongles. Right here. The question is, how are we going to secure the front pins? This and this. Why don't we grind this right here? And we can grind this right here. Just a tiny bit, not too much. Because you see, we grind it a bit too much from here, and we lost the copper. Now we can place the connector like this, and we can shift it any way we like. And it looks like we do not have a pad here. Oh, look at this. The pad is weak. It just broke right off. Great. That's what we needed. How can we secure that connector? Tell me. We just want to secure the connector from the front. We'll fix the pins later on. Let's apply solder onto the sides. And now we have an anchor point, or we have pads to solder the anchor pins onto. That's the whole point of the braid wick that we soldered onto the sides. See? Nice. Let's do this side here. We're gonna press and hold on the connector. And of course we need to apply solder onto our soldering iron tip. We want a lot of solder. And we're gonna do the same right here. Now we are done. That connector is solid like a rock. All we need to do is fix the front pins. And we are on our way to having a better than factory connector. Guaranteed. Right, and we need to wick off the access, the last two pins. And just like that. And that pad pulled off, but the pad is not connecting to anything. So anytime you have a pad that does not connect to anything, it's usually just glued onto the board. It's weak and it pulls off very easy. We're gonna plug in and test the keyboard, make sure everything is good. Let's go ahead and plug in a mini USB cable, and I have the cable connected directly to my desktop so we can see if the computer will recognize the keyboard. We're gonna plug in the cable right here. Yes, we did hear the tone, and we see the LEDs lit up, the backlight. Will the keyboard work? That's the question. One, yes. Let me switch over to my desktop so I can show you what's going on. If you look at the search bar on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So on and so forth. I'm not going to mention every letter, but you can see it as I type it in. Space bar. And what else? If we do Control Escape, great. And we're done. We are done. I'm going to unplug the cable. We're going to call the customer to come and pick up. Customer is local. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll do something else in the next video.